Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and something surprising just happened. Yeah, Games Workshop actually did a big announcement. The Lizardmen, as you can see on screen, are getting quite the update. Now, before anything, this is not getting released until summer. It's already been confirmed, which is a bit disappointing, but we're seeing updates to the Slan model, we're seeing updates to the Saurus, it's about time, and we have some new units too. And this is actually really exciting for not only Age of Sigmar, but potentially Old World, and maybe, just maybe, Total War Warhammer 3. So yeah, we can see quite a few things. There's also important to note that a few other things are staying the same. The Stegodon, the Bastillodon, the Carnosaur, all the big stuff seems to remain the same, but that's perfectly fine, as they were done to an 8th edition standard, so even the Saurus mounted atop it were actually pretty good looking compared to the Saurus that you'd normally get in a box, a starter kit, or whatever. But the new stuff is very exciting, very good cast, reminds me a lot about Total War actually. There's a really nice visual update to the Saurus, which I kind of don't even want to paint my current Sauruses and I want to wait. Now, something that is important to note is that they did confirm more stuff was coming in the future. It's going to take a while to get some proper reveals in, and obviously since this is coming in summer, we don't know exactly when we're going to see more. I'm hoping it's going to be a few updates to some of the skinks here and there, but so far so good, and I'm actually just genuinely happy that we're getting some updates to a faction which desperately needed it. So let's talk about a few things, as I just kind of want to compare, and then I want to talk about the new unit. The new unit is very exciting. So the current Slan, which has been in Warhammer for a long time now, is available on the left, you can see there, and the new one is on the right. I'm actually quite happy because the design has stayed very much the same. It's just updated and it looks like it's going to be on a bigger base. But either way, like, it's looking fantastic. No more silly clear plastic on the base, which those flying bases are kind of annoying sometimes. I am a big fan that they've kept the look and feel of stuff very much the same. This is something that always worries me about Age of Sigmar, where new stuff comes in and it looks drastically different to what we already know from Warhammer Fantasy, but this is definitely very much the same, and it's something that I'm expecting that will be usable, backward compatible in Warhammer the Old World, as I mean, look, it just looks very similar, and I'm imagining that it won't have too much trouble sticking on a 50mm base, as, you know, if you're going to be running with Lizardmen back in the day in Warhammer Fantasy, those were on 25s, and you'd have to put the Slan on a 50mm to be able to rank up properly. So yeah, this is going to have no problems as far as I'm seeing. I could be wrong, but it does look like everything is just kind of centered around that log more than anything else. Yeah, this is looking absolutely awesome. The Thesaurus Warriors have gotten an incredible glow up. Like, these look absolutely phenomenal. The ones on the left are the ones that have been available for the longest time now. I have a good 200 or so of them. And the ones on the right are the ones that have just been announced. What you will notice is that they take very heavy inspiration from the ones that we know from Total War Warhammer 3. It's about time, because, well, the old ones were looking pretty dated. They look like they're on the same base size too, which is going to mean that it's likely that they can rank and we can put them on squares, as many of us are expecting a backward compatibility for a lot of stuff which is Age of Sigmar but was also Warhammer Fantasy. Notice the fact that the core remains the same. We have full command. There's a banner bearer, there's a musician, there's a champion, all the stuff that we're kind of expecting for Warhammer the Old World, and obviously Age of Sigmar is still using full commands, but it's not as rare with certain units apparently. This is definitely something which is absolutely impressive. I am just extremely happy. They look absolutely amazing. I just can't wait to paint up a few of them, actually. The shields look good. It's a nice take on the original, just a bit more modernized, more gold rather than scales. The Saurus in general looks phenomenal. The weapons stay the same. There is a spear option too. They did show off a little bit of a spear. So yeah, the core stuff remains. This is stuff that we're already used to. Now, the most impressive thing are the Raptidon Hunters. These are a new unit, but a nice little throwback to back in the day when skinks used to be able to ride on cold ones, and even Colchians too, but this time on a Dilophosaurus type creature, and come on, they look so good. I am absolutely amazed. Looks like they've got throwing weapons too. They've got a full command squad, which is really important. I love this. The dino looks awesome. The skink still feels like an old school skink, just a bit more modernized, and I am just absolutely over the moon. This is honestly one of the better reveals that Games Workshop have done with the Las Vegas Open, where they're still consistently, because I'm just recording now, showcasing stuff off. But this is definitely a lovely glow up for the skinks, a lovely glow up for their abilities, being able to have some sort of fast attack. This has been called a fast cavalry type unit, so I'm imagining that if we do get this in Warhammer the Old World, this will be a skirmish cavalry unit, which kind of makes sense. They look like they can move quite fast, and goddamn, they look absolutely amazing. We haven't seen anything like a Cold One update just yet, but I imagine that's not too far off. I'm genuinely impressed with Games Workshop. The design team has obviously outdone themselves, but this is really, really good for the future. I can't wait to see the other Lizardmen stuff that, let's be honest, did desperately need a little bit of an update, getting a new visual look, and not only that, hopefully this is stuff that we're going to be able to see in the old world, as it kind of makes sense. The Saurus are units that we're expecting for the Lizardmen. The Lizardmen haven't been confirmed for old world yet, but it's only a matter of time. The Skink Riders, I would love some fast cavalry options, as fast cav for Warhammer Fantasy was really, really important. If you liked the skirmish style play, it was very common with the High Elves, the Dark Elves, and you could get that with quite a few races. So the Lizardmen do kind of need a little bit of mobility if we compare it to, like, say, for example, the 8th edition army book. So yeah, I'm absolutely happy. Saurus models, they're going to be 10 in a box as far as I'm aware, which yeah, it's not going to be cheap, but I'm imagining that they will do some sort of starter kit which will bring in all the new stuff. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm honestly really, really excited. Now, when it comes to Total War Warhammer 3, it's very likely that we could get some stuff coming over. There hasn't really been any news on a Total War Age of Sigmar, so we don't know if we'll eventually get that or not. However, if the Raptidon ends up being used in Warhammer the Old World, because they do specifically say that these dinos have not really hatched in centuries and stuff like that, it's very likely that they could have also existed in the Warhammer Fantasy timeline, then it's very possible to see them as a unit in Total War Warhammer, as we haven't really had a proper skink-style DLC. We did have one with Tanwin, but you know what I mean. So if it ends up existing in Warhammer the Old World, it's also very likely to exist in Total War Warhammer. This is something that we already know, considering that Cathay and Kislev were created for Warhammer the Old World, and they're available in Total War Warhammer right now. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm honestly really, really excited. I'm hoping that we'll get to see more. I know we're going to see more in summer, but I'm hoping that we're going to see more as time progresses and not just a slow drip. So far, Games Workshop have been quite impressive with their reveals, but I'm stupidly excited. I am really, 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 really excited. I can't wait to see the cold ones. I really hope that the new cold ones look like the ones in Total War, because they look absolutely great, and it would just be a really, really good glow up that desperately is needed. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know a lot of people aren't too excited with Lizardmen and stuff, but they desperately needed this. And if we're going to get this much of a glow up, imagine what we could get with factions that really need to glow up, like the Skaven. They desperately need something. The demons kind of need a little bit of a glow up some cases. It's all a matter of time, but yeah, this was great. This was actually worth waking up at 6 a.m. for, just to check it out. Yeah. But with all that being said, have a nice day, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.